Assiniboia Downs is pleased to present our featured field here in race number 6. It's the 43rd running of the Harry Jeffrey. They're going to go 1 mile for a purse of $25,000. Number 1 is Paint My Ride, owned by Barry Arneson, True North, and Don Schnell, trained by Don Schnell with Antonio Whitehall. Number 2 is Hogan, owned by Darren J. and Stephanie Nieswag, trained by Lise Pruitt, Jerry Pruitt aboard. Number 3 is Heavy Roller, owned by Henry Witt Jr., trained by Jerry Gorno, with Christopher Husbands. Number 4 is Stoneheart Ridge, owned by John Gannis, trained by Stephen Gaskin, with Praven Badry. Number 5 is Plentiful, owned by Murray Duncan and the estate of Gerald Stewart, trained by Murray Duncan with Tyrone Nelson. Number 6 is Witt's Dollar Night, owned by Henry Witt Jr., trained by Jerry Gorno with Caleb Pizarro. Rounding out our featured field is number 7, Hard Knocks Rock, owned by Anderson Livestock and Hillside Farm, trained by Shelley Brown with Ronaldo Cumberbatch. Following the running of the Harry Jeffrey, they're at the post. And they're off in the Harry Jeffrey. From the inside, Paint My Ride secures the front end early. On the far outside, that's going to be Witt's Dollar Night to put on the early pressure. Settled in behind, that's Hogan with Heavy Roller. To the outside, Stoneheart Ridge is still right there. And then it's going to be Plentiful and Hard Knocks Rocks. Paint My Ride cuts the opening quarter in 23-4. Witt's Dollar Night. To the outside in second, Plentiful is third on the outside, going for position. Heavy Roller to the inside with Stoneheart Ridge, Hard Knocks Rocks, and Hogan is the trailer of the half. 48-2, it's Paint My Ride. And Witt's Dollar Night still battling it out. 3 lengths in front of the rallying Hard Knocks Rocks on the outside. And to the inside, that's going to be Plentiful. Heavy Roller starting to get going. Stoneheart Ridge and Hogan is the trailer. But it's these two, Paint My Ride and Witt's Dollar Night, 3/4 in 1:13. Witt's Dollar Night now goes by. Paint My Ride battling back. Plentiful has dead aim 3 wide, but Witt's Dollar Night now shakes free, and Witt's Dollar Night at the 16th pole has a 2-length advantage and is gonna take the Harry Jeffrey. A late rally from Heavy Roller in a close photo with number 5, Plentiful and Hard Knocks Rocks, finish in 4th. Now entering the winner's enclosure is the official winner of the 43rd running of the Harry Jeffrey. That's number 6, Witt's Dollar Night. Witt's Dollar Night is a chestnut gelding, 3 years old, by Mr. Nightlinger, out of the mare Double the Trouble by QV. Owned by Henry Witt Jr., trained by Jerry Gorno, and ridden to victory by Caleb Pizarro. Time for the mile, 1:40-1. Assiniboia Downs is pleased to have on hand the great-grandchildren of the late Harry Jeffrey to make a presentation to the winning connections. And back down to the winner's enclosure with ASD Paddock host Rob McLennan and the winning team from the Harry Jeffrey.
Thanks, Kurt. We're down here with the winning connections of the Harry Jeffrey Stakes Wits Dollar Night with Caleb Pizarro. We're doing this interview for the first time for your first stakes win here at ASD. Jerry Garno with Wits Dollar Night and Henry Witt Jr., who I'm sure is watching back in Texas. You rode this colt last time and you ran a good race, just got beat. Talk a little bit about what was kind of different today as you did have to stretch out.
Well, I just followed instructions first, and I just felt that he was just more ready. Like in post parade, he was so excited. He broke really sharp this time, and I just sat chilly and asked for it all, and he gave it.
It seemed to really work out that way. You were going along quite nicely, not overly quick or overly slow. It was kind of just a nice, honest pace, and you ended up putting Paint My Ride away as kind of they turned for home, and you kind of opened up. Talk a little bit about the last eighth of a mile there.
I actually really don't remember. I just kind of just rode the hair off of him and was waiting for the finish line.
That's what we want to hear, finding the finish line in front. Anything else to add here, Kayla?
I'd just like to thank, Henry Witt Jr., Jerry Gorno for the mount, and the grooms, the exercise riders. I just want to really thank everybody.
Congratulations, Kayla. A very nice victory on Wits Dollar Night here. We'll move on to Jerry here as he's going to talk about this gelding. The second start you've run him here now. Talk a little bit about how you kind of came through the Golden Boy and then into today.
Well, last time when we got him here, we only had him for a little while. I think it was about 7 days, 8 days, and we got him here and brought him out to the racetrack, let him see it a little bit, and he got a little excited, especially with the idea that you had flags running up here. It was during the time that you had that RCMP ride, and he was really, really excited about that because it was disturbing him big time. And he kind of remembered it last time when he was running that day because he run to him and he run spurts. This time when he came out, he jumped out there and like he's done in Lone Star, where he went right to the front or stalked the pace and got hooked and run on with it. He's a very, very nice little horse.
He seems like a very honest type. He kept rolling today. He got in a pace battle. Wasn't overly crazy, but it was still an honest pace. And he ended up having lots of horse at the end. He really was putting plentiful away at the end. So I'm assuming the plan would be to go on to the Derby here in a little more than 3 weeks.
Yes, he will be nominated to the Derby along with Heavy Roller. Heavy Roller also ran a really decent race. He was closing pretty hard, checked a couple of times, but you know, when you got nice horses like this, you got to really thank the man that brings them over, and that's Henry Witt Jr. He's a big-time owner and loves the game, loves bringing horses wherever he could run and win and run good. You know, he's just happy. It's exciting to have an owner like that just appreciates everything that you do. And he really likes the Assiniboia Downs. You know, we always talk about it all the time and say, you know, that maybe we should try it at the bigger track. Then after a while we said, no, let's go back there. You know, that's kind of like home, and the way they treat him, they really treat him really well, and he appreciates that, really thanks that.
We love having you here, and you do a tremendous job with these, really all of them, and Wits Dollar Night and Heavy Roller seem to be blossoming here in the middle of the summer now. So it's something to look forward to, lots to be excited about. Anything else here, Jerry, other than just we're thrilled again tonight?
You know, Kayla touched off on it. You know, you got to thank your people on the backside. And the Gallop boy that I brought along with me this year, he's just phenomenal. He's a kid that could ride anything and get everything done. He actually broke this horse. When we very first started with him, I'm going to tell you, I was afraid that we were going to even get him to the races because he was a handful and crazy all the time. My Gallop boy, I always called him Loco all the time. Mucho Loco, boss, mucho Loco. So, you know, when you look at him now and you see the rewards of the way he's running, you appreciate everything that you do and what he does and the grooms.
Yeah, it certainly looks like it's turned out that Mucho Loco has turned out to be Mucho Bueno here with Wits Dollar Night. So congratulations to Henry Witt, Jerry Garno, Caleb Pizarro with Wits Dollar Night. A tremendous victory in the Harry Jeffrey Stakes.